coming to you from the Edge Podcast Studios at South Mountain, Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome to the Edge Podcast with MikeG. Buckle up, Edge Nation. It's about to get real.
My name is MikeG. You are now on the Edge Podcast with MikeG. We're at South Mountain, not in South Mountain. Me and Pablo Escobar didn't dig any tunnels. So I've been watching that movie Narcos, that TV show Narcos. Insane. Anyway, I have some great special guests in studio today. I've got Aaron Freeman. Let me get this awesome couple over here, right here. This is Aaron, and say hello to Jocelyn.
Hello.
Ooh, hey, Jocelyn.
Hello, Jocelyn.
These are the two unstoppable forces in the world. That's what I wanted to make it Rasta. So
okay.
Anyway, but they're social entrepreneurs, health coaches, and newlyweds.
Yeah.
Right? So this is Mr. and Mrs. Aaron Freeman.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Only heard that about twice.
Right? That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm still getting used to it.
One.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm MikeG. So it's great to have you guys here. I'm excited. We actually waited. We postponed. We were going to do something, and then you guys went off and got married, and I was like, oh, that's perfect because you guys are going to bring back pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got any videos and pictures?
Nothing that I have accessible. It's all got to log into different things, but
okay.
Pictures, lots of pictures.
Lots of pictures on Facebook.
Yes.
And I loved them. They were great.
Oh, thank you.
So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Give us your bio.
Yeah.
Did you bring your resume? I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
It's
Plus,
on a,
my
it's on a
resume's
pink
Facebook.
scented paper.
Dude, you can rock pink. He makes pink
He
look
is
good.
really cute.
You know.
How about you go first, B?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I'm from Ohio originally, so go Bucks.
Yay.
And we'll just fast forward. Went to college for mechanical engineering, and so traveled the country doing that. Spent some time in Hawaii, working at the power plant.
Nice.
He had to live in Hawaii.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah. But I did make it through that.
Yeah.
I made it through.
Well,
that time
Godzilla
period.
didn't actually pop up that time. It was a different time, right? It was like 50
Well,
years
he
before.
did, and then we had
same power plant though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Hydra and all that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, by the way.
No problem.
We have a hero in our midst. Single-handedly fought off Godzilla. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. We had a contest, and I beat Godzilla, so he had to
Right?
He had to leave.
Dude, man. And then he got a tattoo of you on his ass.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So engineering ended up bringing me out to Arizona, and a company said I could work wherever I wanted, and knew some people in Arizona, so that's what got me out here. And then switched jobs, and so still an engineer, worked for a data center full-time.
Oh, wow.
And then I don't know how much to go into, but really I was just living the single life, and honestly, I had come to the conclusion that I would be single for my entire life.
Wow.
And starting to read books on where God says that might be the purpose for some people.
Right.
A book called Redeeming Singleness, and which Jocelyn hates, but really that's how it was going for me, right? Like I would go on some dates here and there, but basically from getting hurt, I had put up a wall that said I need to be independent. I'm gonna have to make it through my life on my own, and so that's kind of how it was going. Just living here, being an engineer, being single, thinking that's how I was gonna go. And all of a sudden, I'm at LA Fitness, and I go to the curl bar rack, and I see this girl with this cherry blossom tattoo, and I'm like, well. That's good, and I had gone up to people.
Is that you?
Who's this girl?
I don't see no cherry blossom
Who
tattoo.
is she?
I don't see no cherry blossom tattoo on you.
It's actually all down my back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, you see, she's not turned around, so we can't see that. So anyway,
maybe later.
Continue on, please.
From that, had really started some personal development and said, I'm just going to go up and introduce myself like another human being would to another human being.
Right.
I mean,
I do that to strippers all the time. I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. No, I'm not. Go ahead.
And so for me, I just went up and introduced myself and got her email.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then from that, we ended up going on a date. And then that was the last
date you went on? I was like,
no, that's not even true.
No, he actually told me later that he had a date with someone.
What?
That's okay.
Well, I'm sure
I
that
knew
date
I
was
had him in the
terrible.
bag,
I'm sure that date was like
Yeah.
he was probably thinking of you the whole time, right?
No.
Oh man.
Well, you know, I was still fighting through stuff. Whenever something would seem like it was going to get serious, it was like, well, how do I find my way out? How do I find what's wrong in this relationship or what's so I actually this is a big point where I got to the point where I was uncomfortable. Like if it's going to go further, I put myself out there to get hurt again. This is all like subconsciously.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
And then so I'm on the phone with her and I said, you know, we should just be friends and see how that goes. And then we hung up the phone, and then it was like 5 to 10 seconds, she called back and said, you know, it doesn't work for me. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm back in. So really, you know, looking back, it was like, I just needed someone to know, I just needed to know someone was going to stand for me.
Right.
And then from that,
check you out, Jocelyn. You're just a powerful woman, girl.
Oh,
I mean, that's awesome.
Thank you.
She's like telling him, that doesn't work for me.
That's how it went.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share about that up to that point?
Well, just at that point, because, you know, a lot of people ask me about that. You know, it's not many people or women in general that will call someone up and who's trying to break up with them and say, you know, actually, I'm not going to take your breakup. But I knew that it wasn't really the real him talking. I knew that it was his past concerns and his limitations and disbelief.
Right.
And I thought about his life going on and what he'd miss out on. And I was like, what am I going to lose? You know, maybe I'll see him at the gym and I'll feel a little awkward if this doesn't go the way I want it to go. But I'm going to say this, and here we are, married.
That's awesome. Wow. Check it out. And she was totally a stand for you at that point. Totally.
More than I was even for myself.
Right. So what shifted, man? I mean, there's something must have shifted when you finally started really getting that, you know, the past hurts were in the past, and you know you're putting them out in your future and living into that, right? So what happened? How'd that shift? How'd you get that out?
Well, noticing that, it was like, okay, then now I have the results that I have because I had this whole past. I didn't realize I was putting into the future. So if I'm going to want something to go different, basically I opened myself up. I said, I do want to be in a relationship. Yeah, maybe I've been scared or afraid, but I'm open to being loved and being vulnerable. And then from that, I really started to put the concerns to the side. I mean, it wasn't like an immediate shift, but now it was like, oh, now I see a new path I'm going to start to walk down.
Right.
So, man, this girl stands for me. She's fit. What she's up to, like, I mean, really, she...
Top priority. No,
well, you had me want to be better is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So being open to being vulnerable and loved, now it's like this girl stands for me to be a better person than I know myself to be.
Wow.
Awesome. Thanks, B.
Right, your turn.
Oh, is that all you want to share about yourself for now?
For now.
Okay. Gosh, do you want me to go into the past or who I am now?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, we talked a little bit about you being a nurse and now you're a nerd, and so we could do that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so I'm a nerdy nurse. I'm sure there are more of you out there.
Yay.
Yeah, so
I'm single, just saying. I like nurses, and I'm a nerd. So.
Okay, good. Let me introduce you to some people.
All right, great.
So let's see. Yeah, I went to nursing school with a romanticized view of what it was going to be. I thought that nurses were just living the life. And I started working and realized that the healthcare system is not for health. And
so true.
Yeah. And it started to make me wonder, like, okay, how can I really fulfill on what I'm passionate about? And I was lost for a while, actually, and just reconsidered school. Okay, let me go back to nutrition school, naturopathic medicine, all these things. But I did the Landmark Forum and really got that it doesn't have to look any particular way. I don't have to have a certain degree to really fulfill on what I'm passionate about.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, and the moment I got that, I started to attract opportunities and met some really incredible people in various realms of health, wellness, fitness, mindset training, and really started a path down, like shedding the old me and really finding the new me. And I'm still going through that, and it's an awesome experience. But it's like I'm very unrecognizable to myself. It's hard. It's weird to think about the person 3 years ago and the person now, because they're just so different.
Yeah.
But yeah, nursing,
Well, you mentioned
title.
you did Landmark.
Yes.
Okay, so was that the Landmark Forum?
It was.
Okay,
yes.
about 3 years ago.
Yep, a little
Okay.
over 3 years.
And Aaron, did you do the Landmark Forum as well?
I did, and that was after dating Jocelyn.
Okay.
She said
she recommended it to you.
Yes.
Recommended, yeah.
Okay. He
let's
over dramatizes
tell the
the
truth.
stand that I was.
Oh, it's just how it was for me.
Yeah. Kind of, you were a demand for it,
Yeah.
right? If we're gonna move on or go on.
How? So you want
sense.
to hear how I remembered it?
Yeah, let's hear how you remembered it. Was this going to get you in trouble later? Because
No.
I'm not interested. In
Right.
that.
I've already said all
I
this.
love hearing his view.
Go ahead.
Is just what,
Go ahead.
no, I'm just kidding.
I can even remember where I was. I was coming to the condo where she lived, and I was coming through the gate, and we were
Right.
on the phone, and she was telling me about this course, this personal development course that she had done, and said this is a big part of what I'm passionate about and what I'm up to. And if
Right.
this is how I remember you saying that. If you're going to be interested in me, then you need to come see what this is about, because it's something that I'm in, that is a part of my life.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, so then I came.
And you were like, yeah, you were in, right?
Yeah, I didn't really have. It didn't match.
It
Sure,
wasn't
yeah.
like you weren't being bullied or anything. She was just like giving it to you straight. Right.
To me, it was like, you're interested in bowling, we'll go bowling. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
come to this personal development thing. That's fine, whatever. That's
For
something
sure.
that you're up to. That's fine.
So for those of you who don't know what the Landmark Forum is, Landmark puts out something like 51 different programs, and let me focus this on me so that I'm not like just talking. Something like 51 different programs. Landmark is a global enterprise, and you can go to landmarkworldwide.com, and on the right-hand side, you're going to see a video that actually has an introduction to the Landmark Forum. I recommend you watch that video in its entirety, and then when you're done, find your city and register for the Landmark Forum and get there, because it absolutely does change lives. It really, the fact that I'm sitting in the studio today is a direct result of my experience in the Landmark Forum.
Yeah.
So enough for that, but I just want to make sure that you have access to it, because you might have heard it before, and man, if you don't know how to get it, wow, what a tragedy that would be. So landmarkworldwide.com, and watch the video. Back to you.
Yeah, so as I was saying, that introduced me to a lot of different people, and I started a business from an event that I didn't anticipate. I actually fell down a flight of stairs and broke 4 vertebrae in my back.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No,
And
it was
how old are you?
overnight. Now I'm 28. At the
Okay.
time I was 25.
Oh my gosh.
So it was overnight. I remember I was like in yoga class the night before, fall down the flight, and really had no idea what my prognosis was going to be, like
Oh my
what my
goodness.
mobility would be. So it was
Wow.
life altering, but it was like I had a revelation afterwards about how amazing the ability to walk is, and just like something so simple like that. And I don't mean that to sound cheesy, but just walking is a gift.
Yeah.
And
Big time.
that really was what catapulted me to just trying what I wanted to do in life, like just taking off the limits, because just saw we were really lucky, really grateful. So yeah.
Well, you two are social entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And so you're going to have to explain that to me. I'm not real hip. You know,
Yeah.
I'm a little older than you guys.
Yeah.
But tell me, what is a social entrepreneur? That's interesting.
Yeah, well, I guess like I'd like to start with why. You know, why we're
Yeah.
social entrepreneurs,
That's a good
rather
idea,
than like
yeah.
you know, we always find you go why, how, what.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's that from? What's his name?
It's from TED Talk. That's where I first heard it.
Yeah,
Oh,
the TED
okay.
Talk. Why,
Okay.
how, what. So why we're social entrepreneurs is because the world's evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Things are word of mouth. You know, we really can accomplish more as a group.
Yeah.
As individuals, I mean, you can accomplish amazing things, but really when you can leverage dozens, hundreds, thousands of people, we can spread a message a lot faster.
Absolutely.
And we're a stand for health and wellness, mental health, physical health, emotional, spiritual, financial health. Health not just being like eating an apple, you know, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your whole being healthy. So We love people. We love entrepreneurship, which is new for me. That was something I had never thought of 3 years ago. But another term that some people might use is network marketers. So some people might be familiar with network marketing. Some might not. I didn't know what it was before. But yeah, we're professional network marketers, and we have collaborated with a company called Isogenics.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
I've heard of Isogenics.
Yep.
It's a good company.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful company.
Yeah.
They're like our family.
Well, and you're going to get to tell us a little bit more about, now you're both leaders. And what I found out was, because I did a little research, that's code for I Facebook stalked you.
Good.
Right. So what I found out was that you guys have like a Monday night meeting. You guys are like, you fill the room, high energy, young up and coming people just really looking to be successful, and you're making something happen in the Valley. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of network marketing. Always have been, because just as you said, you can leverage yourself and multiple, dozens of people to really create and generate something incredible.
Yes.
And so I love it. And if you're not, something changed. Now, back when I got started in network marketing many, many years ago, and I've been with a couple of companies, I got to tell you something, there was resistance in the marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a lot of those people have died off, and so we have a younger crowd that's coming up, and you guys see the value in it. You really see the value in working together. So
Absolutely.
That's a huge move forward, really.
And that's really where the social entrepreneurship comes in, right? Because you spoke about how network marketing used to work back in the day. People still do belly to belly. I mean, you can still knock on doors, but that's where the social aspect comes in. I mean, you use social media that's hitting billions of people,
right?
And that's so much more effective.
Oh yeah.
And so you take the old model where you have leverage, right? So for me, I'm working as an engineer, and that's just the way I saw it going. That I was going to work, and if I did a good enough job, I would get a raise, get a bonus, get a promotion, and that would move me up. And then one day I'd make 6 figures and be able to have a house, car. I mean, really, society and my parents and other people's parents did a great job of, this is how life is supposed to go.
Right. But the paradigm has changed.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, for some.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think that's the way that society still says.
Some folks are still stuck in that. And but my experience, and this is what's happening in my world. I mean, I'm seeing the young crowd come in and just crush it.
Yeah.
Because not afraid to work, not afraid to work hard, not afraid to work smart, and social media is really, it's it. I mean, that's how to grow a massive team.
Yes.
Right? And be remote.
Yes.
Now, that was not possible.
Mm-hmm.
It was not possible when I first got started. It was belly to belly.
Yeah.
You would attack all your family first, and then you would go after your friends, and then you would go after the friends that you thought were like really connected, the ones with the real good Rolodexes. And by the time you burned everybody out, right, and went on to the next one, they were like, "What are you doing, man? Really, this stuff doesn't work." Well, the funny thing is that I can point at several people that are on my top 10 list of friends who are multimillionaires now because of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
that's awesome.
It's up and coming.
Yes.
Keep it up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Right.
be just every household eventually will have a network marketing company in their home.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's just going there, so it's kind of like we're part of. It's like knowing about the Apple products before they were big, like having the first few iPhones. Like, what is that? But
Oh my
it's
gosh.
coming. Watch
Yes.
out.
Coming. Do it. All right. So, and then you also got, so Isogenics.
Yes.
Okay. I want to dig in there a little bit, because
Sure.
I know very little bit about, about Isogenics. You guys have a cleanse. You have talk about some of the products, because I've only touched on it a few times and really had samples. I've never really done the product. So what is it? What is Isogenics?
Yeah, well, so Isogenics is a solution-based company. They really wanted to provide solutions for really 4 main concerns in the world. Low energy, people that want more athletic performance. I mean, there's just more and more athletes, training for marathons, running, or biking. And then there's also healthy aging, people that just want to feel better. Like, do you ever see those commercials and they show people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, just like in wheelchairs, and they're like, oh, this is aging, you know, and like that's supposed to be what aging looks like.
I just got a picture in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a dog next to him.
And the dog is always so sad,
Yeah.
too. Like, why is the dog
And they're like
so
50
sad?
years old. But they're like, oh, you know, and you hear people say, oh, my bones hurt. This is a part of aging.
Yeah.
So they wanted to address that actually those are not natural symptoms of aging. It's just not meant to go that way.
Right.
And as well as like healthy weight management. You know, there's a lot of people who are just constantly in a vicious cycle of up, down, weight. And so they have solutions for all of those. There is cleansing, not the type of cleanse that you're in the bathroom a lot. That's what a lot of people.
Those are my favorite kind.
That's actually,
Sorry.
that was my biggest concern when I was introduced to it from a girlfriend. I'm like, this was years before Aaron. I'm like, girl, I am dating. How am I supposed to cleanse and go on a date? Like, I can't be in the bathroom all the time. But it's not that. Yeah. And they
Thank
have,
God.
yes, right? Amen.
Right.
They have superfoods, vitamins, skincare. You know, they really have done a good job at just having a core group of products, not over. They're amazing as they are, and they don't need to have 1,000 items.
Yeah, yeah. So the one thing that always pops up for me is weight management, right? And I'm very interested in nutrition. It's okay, you can touch him.
I like it.
It's allowed. We're on the edge. Doesn't he know how to rock a pink shirt?
Cute.
Look at this guy.
Pow pow.
Sexy, man.
Sorry, we're
You're
kind of
so
dorks.
sexy, bro.
This is how we
That's
are.
all right.
Oh, you guys talk about dorks and
hold on,
nerds. I never said that about myself.
Well, you're definitely a nerd. Okay, let's find out how nerdy you are. All right, I have the question. This is the question that determines whether or not you're a nerd. Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Star Wars or Star Trek?
That's a good question.
Dun, 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 dun,
We're talking about, oh, this is Star Wars.
Wrong. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Wrong. Both.
Oh.
So
How do you not know that?
I don't pass.
Darn.
No pass. No pass. So both. Come on, both for sure. Oh, by the way, you can have a favorite of the two, right? But both.
Okay.
Sorry. And that we now have tricorders from Star Trek. There's this thing that you can blow on or cough on, and it'll actually read the spit or whatever that came out.
No.
It's incredible.
You're
It's
kidding.
a tricorder. Yeah.
Wow.
The real deal.
I'm just gonna have to
Connected
pray
through the
about that a
internet,
little
goes to
bit.
the WebMD. And we're not trying to blow things up, so WebMD, it's what it does. Anyway, it goes up online and it checks what it is, and it gives you a diagnosis, and boom, you're done.
Wow.
And it's so cool. Anyway, that's what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Star Wars, I found out that space travel at warp speed is possible. You got to talk to, do you guys know Mo Islam?
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
Okay, so Mo, this guy's like, he's a physicist, man. He's like the real deal.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's Smarticus. So I had him in studio and we talked about some of that stuff.
Cool.
Anyway, okay, you guys are sort of geeks.
All right, we have
Next time I ask the
Now we
question,
know the answer.
Okay.
you'll know the right answer.
All right, got it.
Perfect. All right, so where are we going with this?
What were we
Just
talking
about what isogenics is.
Right,
Weight
Weight
management.
management.
Yeah.
Okay, weight management. All right, so a lot of people talk about weight management. This is very interesting to me because I'm very interested in health and how the human body works, and the different adaptations that we have metabolically. For instance, we could be a glycogenic metabolism, or we could be a ketogenic metabolism, and it switches back and forth based on how many carbs we eat and that kind of thing. And I'm very interested in how we get nutrition into the body and the gut biome and how it affects. Now, the reason I'm even interested in any of this, okay, is because my mother has Alzheimer's. She recently moved here to Phoenix to be closer to the family. And I'm very interested in how nutrition can stop, inhibit, or even reverse Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And it's possible. This is what I'm finding out. And then what's tied into that is the amount of sugar, the amount of aspartame, the amount of gluten, the amount, right, all those things, and high fructose corn syrup, and carbohydrates that are simple carbohydrates affect the brain through the gut.
Totally.
Unbelievable
Yep.
data that's out there, and we're still eating this crap.
Yeah. It's
Yeah. So if you guys are up to making a difference in that, like space,
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear about it.
Well, that's what it really is about.
Mhm.
This isogenics is not about calorie in, how many carbs. That's old school thinking.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's not valid or that that's not something to look at to measure something. But really, it's of the mindset of removing toxins and impurities. And that, like you mentioned, there's so many things that are like clogging our natural function, not just digestively, but, you know, our blood flow, our brain processes. It's just, it's about just removing those barriers. Our body really is a miracle if we let it be the miracle that it's meant to be by removing that junk.
Oh, man.
And it's,
Okay.
yeah, so it really is, it takes, for some people, a new way of thinking because they're like, you know, how many carbs can I have and how many calories? And it's just not about that anymore.
Well, I've stopped with calorie counting.
Good.
Man, I've gone radical. You guys have no idea. I went paleo. I'm paleo right now.
Oh, okay.
So, and I think I will be for life. So I eat a much higher fat content. Omega-3 fatty acids. I've lost 28 pounds
Nice.
in the last 6 weeks.
Awesome.
And I haven't really worked out like I wanted to because I'm putting together this killer podcast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you like the studio? By the way,
It's awesome.
Great. I feel
we just completely revamped it. I mean, before it was a different way, and now we're going to turn it into a fun house. So anyway,
You did a great job.
thank
I
you.
like these big
Thank you.
microphones.
These microphones are cool, huh?
Hello.
You guys are fun. Anyway, so so I don't eat carbs anymore, and I don't count them because I don't eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I get all my vegetables. That's where I get my carbohydrates from, and raw fibers and all that other stuff.
Right.
And when I finally got off of that, I stopped having headaches. I stopped having problems sleeping.
Yep.
Right? My gut biome started to get back to normal, and I had to start. I drink kombucha.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, to replenish.
Yeah.
What else? Anyway, and that's my like experiment into life, I guess, and then trying to make sure that I don't get Alzheimer's, right? Like that I don't develop it because the markers are there. My DNA, you know, my genes, my grandfather, my mom, and I could have it.
Yeah, that's great that you're thinking ahead.
Oh yeah,
That's
and I'm
awesome.
looking at how do I help my mom,
Mm-hmm.
like really help her get the nutrition that she needs in her body so that she can actually reverse it. Because I found out you can if she stops drinking those damn Pepsis.
Right. Oh, those
She's
nasty
so cute. She's
chemicals.
like, I gotta have my Diet Pepsi,
Aw.
Michael. And she's not from New York. I don't know why I did that, but she's not Jewish from New
You
York.
like your accents.
I love my accents. Sometimes I talk like this. I don't know. Anyway, so she's so funny. She's like, Michael, I love my Pepsi. And I went, Mom, that's the problem. That's like having cancer and smoking cigarettes. You know, part of it aggravates your stuff. Oops, I pulled up the wrong thing. It aggravates, you know, the Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And she's so sweet. And she's like, because she doesn't remember. She's like, oh, really? And I just told her this like 10 minutes before. And she said, yeah. And she says, but I get the little ones. So she gets the little ones. She just drinks twice as many of them. So I love my mom.
She's.
Oh, yeah, I got
sounds
that.
I do.
wonderful.
Yeah, she's amazing. She really is.
And then, like you said, there's just so much that comes from just proper nutrition.
Well, we've been told 50 years the same lie.
Yeah.
You know, so unfortunately, like, whereas counting calories is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's no way to truly know how many calories you actually have or burned based on what your intake was, because our bodies are so, you know, I mean, like a miracle, but it's just there's no way to really get that math down right. And there's a couple guys out there that talk about this. I'll remember their names. I'll throw it up on the screen behind you. But like Gary, there's this guy, Gary Taubes, who talks about how we get fat and why. And he related it right back to the carb intake and wheat and that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
so we're no longer, it's really the nutrients that we're bringing into our bodies and how cleansed we are and what kind of delivery method those nutrients, how they get in.
Oh, yeah.
So your delivery method, I'm going to say, is what, liquid?
For some of the products, liquid, yeah. Some
Okay.
powder, but they're all designed to be absorbed immediately. Yep.
See, that's it. And science can do that.
Absolutely. It's
That's
amazing.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Who's the owner, or who's the CEO or
Well,
president?
so there's a family that co-founded it, the Coovers.
Oh, okay.
They're from here.
From Phoenix?
Yep.
Wow, really?
Chandler.
They,
Oh, that's cool, man.
Ton of experience in network marketing, but they wanted to do it right. They'd been, they had dealt with other network marketing companies that weren't doing it right.
Okay.
I'll put it that nicely.
Yeah.
But they love the industry and they knew they could make something amazing. And John Anderson is the other founder, the scientist. He's known as the Mineral Man.
Okay.
He's actually formulated over 600 products
Wow.
in the world, the Army, the Olympics, government. So he's done a lot, and he was retired. He actually lives in Arizona as well, like on a huge property. Never needed to work again, but he was bitten by a brown recluse. Yeah, brown recluse, and was told he would need to amputate his foot.
Wow.
And so he formulated a concoction to pull the toxin from his body. Was drinking it, and it removed the toxin. He didn't have to amputate his leg.
Wow.
And in the process, he dropped like ridiculous amount of weight in a week and a half. And he says, I might be able to do something with this. And
Wow.
he knew that the best way to get that to people was network marketing. That's the best business model to do things right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so curious about this.
Yeah.
So this compound or whatever it was that he formulated actually removed the toxins from his body, saved his leg,
Yes.
and then caused him to lose weight.
Yes.
Lose fat?
Yeah. Oh,
Was it
visceral
because-
fat or the dangerous fat? around
Yeah,
organs.
that's my major problem right now because I am a sexy beast without that visceral fat. I'm not kidding.
I could see it.
I got once I start to get cut and it's coming off, man, I'm telling you, but I have that big, what's that, barrel belly?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's because of the visceral fat.
And it's toxins.
Yes. Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
going to try you guys out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
All
but
right.
we're really here, like, we are a stand for health. That's just really what we are. And this is the best vehicle we found
Okay.
for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and so anything else you want to say about that? Like, for instance, how do we get in touch with you?
Oh, sure. Let's see, Facebook. So I'm now Jocelyn Freeman, if you want to throw that up there.
If I can find that. Hold up.
And Aaron Freeman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That story always gets me. Not like gets me,
I
but
know, when you hear
when the doctor said, they said, we're going to have to amputate. And he said, no, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he found a way. He found a formula that removed. Man.
That blows me away.
Yeah. But I think what we should share about next, which you fire me up, is about money mindset. I think you get sexy when you talk about
Oh my
it.
God.
Oh boy, it's about to get real edgy in here.
This is what
It's
we're.
an edge
This
podcast.
okay.
You guys
We're
are
about.
so
We're
cute.
a stand for health, but we're also stand for.
You guys are so freaking cute, man. Oh, I love it.
Aw,
There you go.
Look at
Look at
him.
this.
he's cute.
Look at this.
So that was Aaron. If you see that picture, we were on stage in front of 15,000 people.
Say what?
Yeah,
That was awesome.
It was just unreal what we were invited to do. This is a year
There you
and a
are.
half into our business.
Look at you guys. What?
That's
Look
his
at this. Look at this
brother.
beast, man. Jeez, look at that.
That's my brother.
Sup, my brother?
This is at our Monday events. This is just the kind of fun we have.
You got DJ, what's his face?
DJ Range.
I know that guy.
That's Haiti.
Oh, stop.
We went
Hold
to
on.
Haiti.
Oh, you guys are doing ring work? Hold on. Let me put here. Haiti. That's Haiti?
No, before one more.
That's not
Yeah, there we go. So we went and did a mission.
Oh, I
trip
found
there.
I found your tattoo.
Yep, there
Yep,
you go.
there it is.
Yeah, that was awesome. I had never been on a mission trip really, and we partnered up with Highlands Church to go on a mission trip to Haiti for Chances for Children,
Wow, cool.
and worked with the orphanage there to make glasses for the orphans and for the staff, as well as train the pastors from around the country.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
that's kind of, and that's like that really is part of our why. Like that's
To be able to
Why-
get back and have time, not just, to be able to go, not just send money, right?
totally.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Oh, this is going way back.
going
This
back,
is years
but-
ago.
Man,
Okay.
He doesn't update his picture much.
the
Should we go?
profile
Should
one.
we go to
Let's
yours?
check me
Let's
out.
go yours.
Let's-
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry, but you just need to update your pictures, bro.
Yeah. you
Oh
need
no,
a
that's
little
just
more
the
juice.
profile. I got plenty of pictures.
I'm messing with you.
I was so
Jocelyn
excited to do that
Freeman.
muscle up though.
You did good. You did good.
It's OCE.
Yeah, there you go. Jocelyn Freeman. Oh, still new to
I
see
love it.
that.
I love it. I don't even remember your last name before.
Ty. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. It's not- that's not right. Okay, so we're gonna go to your pictures. Hold up, photos right here. Sorry, I'm looking behind me.
No,
That's
that's
what
all
I gotta
good.
do.
So that I actually just posted that picture. It's my dad and I from the wedding day.
Okay.
The very first one.
Can I just, I'm going to go to
Yeah,
the
whatever you
album.
want to do.
Okay, the album. And then we're going to look at. Do you have like the wedding pictures?
Well, they were just kind of, I think, where you were before.
Okay.
If you go back to photos of Jocelyn, the tab, no.
Uh-oh. What the heck? Stop doing that.
There, go back to the left. There you go, photos of Jocelyn.
Okay.
And then just click there so you can see some here.
There
So
you
that's
go.
my dad.
That's Andrew.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's Andrew.
Yeah, he came out to Hilton Head.
That's awesome.
There was probably a number of people that you would know that were there.
That's
Probably.
Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah.
Love it.
I love Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Savannah. This is what our Sundays look like. Me cooking, him talking about Ohio.
Oh, hi. Hey, yeah, man. Did you see that?
That's his truck. But actually, this is a good post.
It's a
This
sweet
was
ride,
awesome
bro.
when he put. He said,
It's a sweet ride.
I can't even read that far.
Okay.
Well, I
Hydraulics
was
on it,
really,
yeah.
really getting present to, we are able to make a difference for people in their health. But not only that, if you make a difference for someone's health and they're financially stressed or, they think they aren't making ends meet or they're just, barely on top of the water, if you will, then that's going to affect their health negatively. So
Right.
Isogenics saw that as we can provide health. We're not going to be able to get the very best health unless we also provide a solution to the financial stress that's there.
Right.
So I was just it's only been a year and a half, and Jocelyn and I have made a difference with enough people and built a team that are also out for that
Right.
now all of our bills are paid for. That house
That's
is paid
so
for,
cool,
that truck
man.
is paid for, and that's
So
just
you guys are at work just stacking up cash,
Yeah.
right? You're just
Yeah.
stacking up them ends so you can go vacation for the rest of your life.
Yeah, give back and
and go to Haiti, build houses for people in other countries or here, and
For real.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
This is the new Freeman lady. So on the left is my sister-in-law now, and
All right.
it's my mother-in-law. That's right after the wedding. This is one of our business meetings. This is what we have.
You guys, like, do
teammates.
chat?
Yeah, we have
Do you
teammates in
face-
different states, so we get on chat and we are brainstorming and coming up with our master plans.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And
Another
who are
wedding.
who's these two right here?
Little
You
wedding.
guys are so handsome.
So
and
this is my
pretty.
before and after. So
Oh, wow.
on the left, I could not put on muscle. I couldn't gain weight. I was one of those girls that I just was always hungry.
That's the struggle.
And
the struggle is real.
But it
Struggle
was
is
like some
real.
people are like, oh gosh, I'm so sorry that you had to eat all the time. But it was.
Yeah, people don't understand that that's real.
It is, and
know?
it was really. I was so self-conscious, and so after that's with using the product, working out. But I just finally was able to gain the muscle that I
Is
wanted.
that a blunt? That homeboy got a blunt right there?
No, no,
was
we don't
gonna
do
even
that.
notice that.
Come on.
Okay. All right. I won't tell you that I do then.
That's okay. We don't judge. Oh, I don't know why that's
It's
there
an
again.
herb. It's so good for you.
It's
Anyway,
just coming home from our
look at the
trip.
final stop. Here we go.
that was
Look at
coming
you.
back on the plane from the wedding.
That's so cool, man.
We love selfies. I'll just tell you if you follow us.
Selfies are great, and you guys are good at it. You guys selfied the heck out of yourselves here in
Yeah.
the studio. That was cool.
We
That's
love
part of what it
capture-
is to be a social entrepreneur.
Right. And have you seen some of the stuff I've been putting up on Facebook?
I have
Haven't-
seen a couple of
haven't?
yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna make a trailer of yours as well.
Oh.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Fun.
So, look at
Oh.
this. Man.
Go back one
Oh,
photo
okay.
real quick. This was our rehearsal.
Okay.
I just want to point out that we're in shorts, we're
You're-
in swimsuits. I don't even have a
shorts,
shirt on.
No shirt. That's just.
It's just how we
That
roll.
was a
Awesome,
wedding
right?
rehearsal.
We're very much just like, let's go with this.
Yes, that's so cool. And look, you finally found your shirt.
I know. It's rare.
And then you're gonna toss the flowers at him. Did you? Oh, that's so
No,
funny.
they're too pretty to do that. Oh, it's fun to look at these.
Right?
I love it. Let's go back.
Now, who's this?
So my dad and my stepmom.
Oh wow.
I love them. Yes, they're awesome. Yeah, but just flashbacks happening right now.
It's okay to cry. Wife cruising. This is great. You guys. And I think we're rolling back through it, or no?
And No, one of the things
Wifey,
one of the things we
hubby.
got to is, even if we,
So cute.
we achieve full financial freedom, what does it matter if we're by ourselves? So we
Right.
want our friends to have this
You guys are
gift
living
also.
the dream, man. But did you have any struggles coming through it, right? Like you weren't really sure, and she was like, "Well, I'm sure," and then you got in line, which was smart of you. I'm gonna I acknowledge you for that.
But the struggle is real.
Yeah, for real.
It is. People sometimes think that success is this straight path. Like, if someone's good at something, it's just a straight path, but it's actually like boom, 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 success.
Right.
So it's really one of my favorite things to talk to people about is like just their willingness to go through that mud, that gunk to get there. But that's like where the beautiful stuff comes from.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest parts of your struggle are going to be those pieces of your struggle that will mean the most to you.
Yes.
Because you can always look back and say, I got through it.
Yeah.
And then you can point people in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So what were some of the struggles that you faced early on getting started?
Building the business?
Yeah.
Sure. So I actually didn't see the vision for a year and a half. I was a product user for a year and a half. And it was really in talking to Aaron. He's much more financially intelligent. Like he knew a lot about investments and income streams. So he caught it first and said, "Hey, have you seen this? Like income? Like we should look at this." So for me, it was shifting my view of myself and my money mindset, because I was raised, and don't get me wrong, we always had food on the table, but there were periods throughout my life where we were on people's couches, and I, in college, ate peanut butter and jelly sandwich for every single meal. And, just I've gone through some different things. So I viewed myself as someone that was really only going to get their paycheck, pay their bills, maybe have a little bit to save up for one trip a year.
Right.
And that's just really the only view I thought, and I wasn't even sad about it. I'm just like, that's just what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So when I started to spend time around entrepreneurs and people who understood the evolved economy and shifting our mindset, and I was doing personal development with Landmark, I started to see another possibility for myself, and really that I could design my life any way I wanted. So for me, that was the shift, the first kind of gunk to get through was just like shedding that just story of what I was capable of. So that's the beginning. And then, I could tell you more about like some of the misconceptions friends had and but I'll come back to that. What was it like for you in the beginning?
Well, so I want to speak to that a little bit, because you mentioned that you had the money mindset. You were a little bit more about, well, let's look at multiple income streams and that kind of thing. So say more about that, because I think a lot of people don't really get. A lot of people are stuck in, well, I'm only going to have one salary. Look, you got a spare tire in your car. Do you have a spare tire for your finances?
Amen.
That's the question. And how many multiple streams of income can you produce in a lifetime? Well, if you got enough time, you could do a lot, right? So talk about that.
Sure.
Like, where did you come up with that? Like, really, how'd that come to be?
Well,
and what is it? What is your mindset? I want to know that too.
Okay, good. That's a great question. Well, first of all, I heard from my financial advisor also that the average millionaire has 6 avenues of income, or 6 sources. But started looking at that there was a gap, right? So there was this life that I now have with Jocelyn, and there's this life that we want to live, like to be able to travel, see our families, right? I have a brother that lives in Ohio, and that's where my family's at. She has a brother in Boston and family in Denver. So we started having to make choices. Okay, do we see my brother and my family this year, and then your family next year, and then a mission trip the following year? Are we able to get a house? When are we going to fit a house? So there was a gap of all the things that we wanted to do, and it was, the hours we were putting in at our job wasn't bridging that gap for the life that we were starting to dream about.
I got it, yeah.
So it was a while. I mean, just starting like way back in college, starting to look at what else is there, and then so you start to have a conversation around, well, you can be in real estate, you can trade stocks, you can do mutual funds. So I started to dabble in all of that, and I had been doing that for a while. And then just a couple of years ago, I was starting to look at, man, I'm just such at the mercy of what these big money managers are doing out there. They run stock prices. People can tell you that mutual funds are a safe bet, but that's not. I mean, either way, the best people in the world are getting 12% of their money, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Warren Buffett's getting 12%. You can talk about the all-weather portfolio, right? And like managing risk, upping the upside and managing your downside. Like there's a whole world.
Were there books that you put together with that you read?
Yeah, like from The Millionaire Mindset to just talking to different bankers, and over the years, different financial advisors, IRAs, things like that. I'm starting to look at my finances and I'm saying, everyone wants me to plan for when I'm 65.
Right.
You're getting me fired up.
Come on, somebody.
Come on.
And I'm like, there's life I want to live before I'm 65.
Yes.
This isn't gonna work.
Right.
And so, yeah, reading books about just trading stocks and whatnot, and then just kind of seeing how it's just like economic winds can blow. And so how do I take control for myself and have a say in how my life is going to turn out?
Come on.
And that's when we started to look at, okay, network marketing, how we can leverage other people's time. I can go to work for 40 hours a week for 52 weeks. Or if I built a team of 2,000 people, right, and they all work 1 hour, I do in 1 hour what one person does at a job 40 hours a week for 52 weeks. I do that in 1 hour. Or I can do what they do in a year in 1 hour. So it's starting to, it's like
that makes sense.
Building the leverage. It's like, okay, well, now we get to say.
Yeah.
And there are people, then it's like you mentioned, finding something that really makes a difference for people. So we found this company called Isogenics, phenomenal difference in health. People are having
amazing results.
Amazing results.
My friend had a heart attack, and he was looking at the major problem that exists with all heart attack patients and victims, I guess is you want to call it. They victimize themselves, what they put in their mouth. I love this guy. His name is Steve. Guess what he did to get to reduce the visceral fat? He got on Isogenics and lost 13 pounds in his first few weeks. And he's like, and it was visceral fat. Like that was the stuff he needed to be getting rid of. So your company has some great products for that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, for real. So
and then if you look at them, people that are successful in sharing this gift with other people, it's the same product, same great product. It's the same tools. It's the same everything. So the variable is you.
Right.
So it's like we are going to be the ones that determine how this goes, how our finances go. And we really started bridging the gap because we're like, we got a why. We know what we're doing this for. We know we do it for other people, for the freedom, for the friends. And so now it's up to us. It's not up to money managers. It's not up to how the stock goes up and down that day. It's not up to the real estate market.
In your salary every year. Here's 5%.
Oh man, you've been slaving for us. Here's an extra. I got 1.5% 1 year.
Wow.
Raise with an old company.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I need to quadruple my income every year.
It's so funny. In most companies, most network marketing companies, your first advancement, can be anywhere from 15 to 50% income increase. I've seen some that were 100% increase. So you're making $25, now you're making $50, or you're making $100, now you're making $150. So that's a huge increase when you're talking about all you did was meet the requirement for that advancement, right? Right, pretty simple.
Yeah.
So how long would it take you at your job to accumulate 50% increase?
Probably my entire life.
30 years?
Yeah.
Right? If you were to add it all together every year, you got a little percent. And
Wow,
you just
I had
accumulate.
never thought about that. That's a good question. That's crazy. I don't plan on being around that long.
Exactly. So when I talk to people about business and I say, look, have you ever looked at network marketing? Find a company that you love. Go out there. I'm not kidding. Find a company you love. I promise you that you're going to be able to grow your income anywhere from 15 to 50%.
Yeah.
Your first time.
Yeah.
That you get an upgrade.
Yeah.
So, right? I don't think you can do that at your job unless you own the company, right? So anyway.
And they're the ones that created the leverage. You are the leverage.
You're the leverage now. Yeah, exactly. Whose dream are you building?
Yes.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, I love it, man.
And not all network marketing companies are created equal.
That's true.
I mean, not all companies in any industry are created equal, right? So
I'm one of those people that if I don't understand the compensation plan, we're done talking.
Right.
Like I'm that easy. I'm not that smart. I don't do math. I mean,
It's got to be simple.
Yeah. I need to know that if I do these 3 things, this is how much I get paid.
Yep.
That's it. That's really all I need to know. And then, can I teach those 3 simple principles to anybody?
Yeah.
Can an 8-year-old do it? I have a friend named Jordan Adler. He's a #1 money earner in send out cards. The guy is amazing, and he's a Landmark grad and everything else. And he keeps everything simple. 3 things. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
3 things. How do I talk to people? What do I say? How do I sign them up?
Yep. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Amen.
You know?
Yeah.
So now you were talking about you had gotten some books, and you were talking about how you were going through and talking to people about how do I like increase my income, and then you found network marketing, and then we went on a tangent about network marketing. So I want to get back
talking about mindset.
I want to get back to that, right? Because that mindset is what makes millionaires.
Yes.
So talk about that, like really what you got from like a millionaire mindset. That's a great book, by the way.
yeah,
Highly recommend it.
really got a lot. And we've been doing another program called A Healthy Mind and Body. One of the best breakdowns I've heard of how the mind works.
Okay.
And so you mentioned you have it out here in your living room, actually talking about building habits. Well, looking at your habits, and producing new brain patterns. What we're all out to do is there is a way that we say, like, what I can do, what's possible, like your identity.
Sure,
Everyone
yeah.
has an identity of themselves, and they just think that's what they can do, what's possible for themselves, and that's just not it, because you can create it to be anything you want. And it's easy to say, but it really is about developing habits such that, your subconscious really starts to build that into your identity. That's who you become. So one of the things I've really been getting recently as far as mindset is to believe and to speak to the things that are not yet seen, right? So an interesting thing, I didn't tell you about this yet, but yesterday, there's an exercise called a millionaire cocktail hour.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And this comes from the Success Principles
I like it
by
already.
Jack Canfield.
Yeah.
So when
I like it
he
already.
does when he has one of his trainings, he has the whole room now. He's going to have them think about, what it is that drives you. What's your motivation? What is it, everything that you want from finance, from physically, what do you want to be doing? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to do it with? And then so he has everyone stand up, and you go around and you start to introduce yourself to people as that. Like, hi, Jocelyn, my name is Aaron. Just got back from Fiji, where me and my wife spent time in this little hut that was in the middle of the water. We jet skied, and after that, we flew to Japan and did a mission trip. And it's really getting to introducing yourself as that person in the future.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then the thing is, when your brain is focused on like who you want to become, then what the brain always wants to do is bridge the gap.
Right.
So when your mindset is that you already have that, it really is who you're being already. A lot of people already have it. People have it like, I need to have before I can be. But to really change the mindset into already being, now your brain is going to now look at, okay, how do I bridge the gap? What actions do I have to take?
Yeah.
And now what things am I going to start to have?
The science behind that is you have no idea, man. I love it. So it's actually, I love that because I could speak to it. Like the science of it is that you start to develop neural pathways that didn't exist until you think that way. And then as it grows and as you begin to strengthen it, then you begin to develop the habits and behaviors to support it. That's the gap that you're talking about.
And one other way of saying that, connecting to that is, and I love this, is that your brain does not know the difference between what is real and what is consistently and vividly imagined.
Right.
It could not tell the difference. Like your brain isn't going to go like, no, that's not real. This is real. If you consistently and vividly imagine something every day, every minute that you can, your brain is forced to go, oh, I need to make this real.
Yeah. That's so true. Neil Donald Walsh. I love that guy. But he talks about that. And so, you absolutely have the mindset that takes you from being where you are and creates right? Your life.
Yeah.
So how's life going, man?
It's going, it's going great.
What are the results?
And I just want to kind of step back to like you talk about the struggle.
Yeah.
I don't want to act like it's all easy,
It's
because
not,
to
man.
change your behavior and your beliefs, a lot of times what I end up doing is looking at results. So
Yeah.
where am I at in my results, and wanting to be somewhere instead of just like really enjoying the journey, because there's nowhere to get to.
It's tough, man. You know, like you make like my decisions to get up at 6:45 or 5:45. Sorry, I get up between 6:40, 5:45 or 6:45 depending on the day. But the struggle is real, and there is no substitute for hard work. I the only place you find success before work is in the dictionary, and and it's true. And there's no substitute for hard work.
Yeah.
Meaning that you've got to put in those hours. You got to put in the struggle. If there's something you don't know how to do, you need to learn it. Like that needs to go on your schedule of what you need to do to perform.
Yeah.
So I get that there's a lot of young people out there today that think, well, it's just easy, so and so made it big. No, so and so worked his ass off for years and then made it big.
Yes. Well, and also just a paradigm shift that I had actually was from Haiti. When we went there, the standard things people will say when they go to a third world country is, man, I saw them, they didn't have food, they were so skinny, they didn't have water, it was dirty. And I saw that, but what I really saw was the lack of conversations there about what they wanted to do in life. Like they don't have any conversations with each other, like, oh, what are you passionate about? What do you want to do? If you could do anything, what would that be? Like, that's just not even a conversation for them. And so when I came back to America, I really saw, like, we just have a playground. Like, we really are in a playground where we can do anything that we want if we set aside our fear of failure.
Right.
And it just, for me, it's now like I'm obligated to try because I can. And in Haiti and other places in the world, they can't. So I almost have this like moral obligation to make the most out of life and to try things even when I'm afraid. And that's one thing I love to share with my friends and family when they're, oh, I'm afraid, or I don't know if I should do this, or, just this tiny decision in life they're afraid of. And it's like, you don't understand how lucky you are.
It's so true. Wow. Hey, Aaron, do me a favor. Swat that.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. It's just a cricket.
Good.
We have another guest in studio. It's a cricket. And it's Jiminy. What's up, Jiminy?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I don't want to kill it. I just want to get it out of
I
here.
just knocked him away.
Thank you for that. Yeah, we don't want to kill Jiminy Cricket. I'm not one of those, because Chinese people say that if you kill a cricket, and I'm not Chinese, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, I know, right?
Oh man,
That's
I mean,
weird.
did I have you fooled?
Garcia
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
last
Did I have you
name?
fooled?
Come on.
I'm Chino right now. Orale, boy. That's funny. But thank you for doing that. We'll probably edit that out.
the cricket.
Yeah, the little cricket moment. But we got to go back to you now. So you were saying, go back and say that little bit that you were saying about.
I want to add something to that.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I totally get what she's saying. It's like because my other side of all this is that bringing in the spirit, right, and the difference that being connected to your spirit makes for your physical and your mental.
Right.
But anyway, I was really getting what Jocelyn was saying about coming back. We've been put in this time in this country. I mean, because you can go back over history of America.
Sure.
We've been put in this time right now with what we have, with the opportunities that we have, for a reason. And it would be a slap in God's face for us to not take advantage of where he's put us, right? Because Aaron Freeman and Jocelyn Freeman could have been born in any country, in any time in the world.
That's right.
Even in America, if we were born back in like around in the time of a war, I could have been shipping off to World War I, World War II,
yeah,
right? I could have been in the Civil War.
Yeah. He'd have been a nurse. He'd have been, I don't know. Well, they didn't have nerds back then. Engineers, though, they had engineers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could have been an engineer, in the war. Yeah.
And it's
I'm
like
making
now,
light of it, but I'm
Right.
following you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I could have been building a bridge and got in some explosion, and I could have met you at the hospital. You're trying to put my leg back on or something like that.
Right, right.
But like here we are in 2015 with the economy the way it is, with the opportunities and the income vehicles that we have. We just are called to take advantage of that.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in today's like, the statistics are out, right? We are the fattest nation we've ever been. I mean, San Antonio, Texas is the third fattest city in America. I mean, the first fattest, I don't even know. I think it's in Detroit or something like that. It's a depressed neighborhood. Children, there's been stated that children today are less likely to outlive their parents. Childhood diabetes is on the rise. It's rampant. Diabetes itself is on the rise. Cancer, ALS, right? Parkinson's disease, MS, all of these diseases just showed up over the last 50 years. And
Shoot, to that, if you look back into the 1930s, there was 5,000 cases of cardiovascular disease.
Right.
And in 2013, there was over 1 million.
yeah,
And so what changed is if you look at a comparison of the actual nutrients in our food supply,
right.
85% of our nutrients are gone.
Yeah.
And, does that start to tell you something?
It does. Yeah.
Well,
There's a major problem with it.
And I also correlate it to a lack of mindset that for people that they don't connect their physical health to their ability to optimally and effectively perform in other areas. They don't connect their health to their business. They don't connect their health to their relationship, to their confidence, to their sex life. It's like they have it compartmentalized rather than your health being the foundation
Right.
for everything else. And that's a conversation I'm out to elevate. Is like, oh, you want to be better in business? Let's get your health right.
Yeah. Start there.
You want to save your marriage? Let's get your health right.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. That's great. That's exactly what we need in the world, big time.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of diseases out there that can be reversed. And a lot of those diseases are lifestyle diseases. They're because of lifestyle. And I think we've been too nice about it.
Yeah.
Stop eating sugar.
Yeah.
Right? Just stop. Stop eating bread. Stop eating, not because I want to be militant about it and I want to be a jerk, but I just want you to know something. Gluten is not something that human beings are fit to consume.
Right.
That's not, processed food. The food that we eat should be processed in our gut, not by human hands. Think about that, right? So go on the outside of the grocery store and shop those aisles and stay out of the middle. I mean, unless of course you're getting spices, then you got no choice because the spices are right there.
Absolutely.
But like my big thing was I love SpaghettiOs. I love SpaghettiOs. And me and my daughter have this spiritual thing around SpaghettiOs with meatballs. And we don't eat them anymore.
That's good.
Because we just know, it's just not food that you can consume and be healthy.
That's awesome.
And
your business is only going to get better.
Heck, are you kidding? It's going crazy.
That's awesome.
Yes, I'm loving it. And having you out there in the world providing some nutrient, like a way for people to get nutrition.
Yes.
And to, we need to really prop that up big time because it's a serious problem.
Amen.
It's a serious problem. And Big Pharma, oh God, they're on my shit list. I hate those guys.
In the food industry in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a business.
I think they're in bed together. I think they're in bed together for sure.
That would be a long conversation we could have. I agree with
We'll
that.
be here a while.
We're in the Matrix. The difference is that they're not sucking electricity out of us. They're sucking money.
Yeah.
Right? They feed us all this food to get us sick, and then Big Pharma comes in and says, hey, we got a pill for that.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's side effects. Yeah, but we got a pill for those side effects. So then they're constantly, playing this shift around game, and the result is we're pouring billions of dollars into food and crappy food and Big Pharma. It's just... And
actually, people are living longer, right? If you look over the track record because of technology and the drugs that we've come up with.
Right.
But people are sicker earlier. Yeah. So we're living longer, but we're living longer sicker.
In treatment.
Yeah.
Over years.
And
That's unbelievable, man. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for hooking us up with some serious...
We're going to make a difference. We're going to make a good dent in it, though. That's why we're building a big team.
Yeah.
Because we're going to make a pretty big dent in
That's
that
awesome.
issue.
So you guys are all over the country now. You guys have teams in how many different states?
I can't even count them. We're out of the country, too. We're also in Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
I'm hoping to expand some team members in Australia.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bring it.
bring it on,
Yo.
world.
Bring it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then we get in touch with you by going to your website or by going to
Facebook, yeah,
Facebook.
that's the best way. I mean, that's really
Facebook's the
social
easiest
media.
way to go.
I mean, yeah, it just really is. You know, websites are great, but
Mm-hmm.
people mostly just kind of want to see your life, and that's the way I do most of my business connecting and
Yeah.
building and everything. So that's
So
the best
there's
way
a
to find
ton
us.
of people on your team that I think I know. So
Yep.
I know Andrew.
Yeah.
Is Andrew's sister also on your team?
She's a product user.
Is
Yep.
she?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about, who else do I know? Eva.
Jacoby. Yeah, she's a
do I know her? I don't
naturopathic
think I
medical
know her.
student.
Brian Core.
Brian Core. I don't know.
Big money mindset guy.
Oh, I need to talk to him.
Elliot, Lindsay.
Schwartz.
Lindsay Schwartz. I know
Mhm.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
was in the relation. They were both
That's
in a relationship.
right.
Summit,
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they sit next to you guys a couple times.
It's when you're around people that are all about personal development and growth, you're kind of drawn to a community
Right.
where that's what, and really like our team's all about transformation, growth. That's what we spend most of our time
Nice.
on.
And you guys have a Monday night, and it's rocking.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Bunch
that's
of
so
hot
fun.
young people. You got to tell me about what's it like. What's it
Uh,
like? What's your Monday night
First
meeting
of all,
like?
we have a DJ. Like, who else has
Yeah.
a DJ? Call it Launch Your Life.
Launch your life.
It's only an hour, but it's so
Yeah.
fun. We all have theme music.
Okay. All right.
Like whoever presents that day.
Yeah.
You have theme music that you come out to.
Oh, that's
I love
fun,
it.
man.
I love being.
So
in
where's it
front of people.
located? Is it all over town? You guys have a certain place you guys meet up?
It's at the Radisson Hotel in Phoenix.
Okay.
So that's 44th Street and the 202.
Oh, I know where it's at. And what time?
7 to 8 every Monday.
And I want
Yeah.
to take it back just real quick. I
Take it
want to
back.
talk it back to
Uh-oh.
January because I want you guys to get like we now have had up to 140 people there, but this is how it went. January, there were about 4 of us in a room that said, "Hey, let's create this event. Let's start a weekly event." And we casted this vision of 300 people coming every week.
Right.
And we started the events, and sometimes there was one person, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, but we kept having them, and then it just the tipping point happened.
Yeah.
It just rolled and grew, and we collaborated with other leaders in the city, and that's how we built it. And it's just I hope people can use that to anything that you're up to, is that just believing, and you may not see the results right away, but that's where we've grown. And
It's
It's
tough to
awesome.
have one person. Like, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to, to buy a room, to get a room, set it all up, and have one person sit there.
mm-hmm.
And you're like, you're bringing your best stuff. It's like a comic that's got one guy there.
Yeah.
You're bringing your best stuff, and then the next week it's nobody, and then
Yeah.
the next week it's one person again, and the next week it's nobody, and then,
Mm-hmm.
what's that like? It feels kind of crappy, right?
Yeah, like for me, I'm always looking at the results, so I'm looking at like,
Yeah.
okay, we had nobody here. I mean, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah, we make it
Right.
about us. What did I do wrong? What am I not
Why aren't we
doing?
good
I
enough for
shouldn't.
this?
Yeah, I shouldn't have wore that cologne.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna.
Those pants were really they just weren't flattering. My shoes were
What?
off.
But the thing was, we did it anyway,
Right.
Even if nobody comes, you still run through it. It's like it's that mindset. Like I would think about speaking in front of thousands of people, even if no one was there, and we presented it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that was what we heard from a lot of leaders beforehand. They're like, you start up an event, you have it, and you run it like there's thousands of people. It doesn't matter how many people are there.
Right. And now there's 140.
Up to 140
Up
like
to
that, yeah.
140.
We're hoping
That's
to-
incredible.
Especially after the new year, we'll double that, because
That's
people
gonna
are,
be
New Year's
This is
resolutions.
gonna be huge. This is gonna be huge. Do I have an open invitation to show up
Mm.
Oh,
anytime I
yeah.
want? Cool, and I'll Periscope it.
Absolutely.
I'm such a-
Anyone, welcome. Really find us on
Seriously.
Facebook. We post about them, message us about it.
It's not RSVP. It's just show up or
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah.
well, you could RSVP if
we
you
can
wanted
save
to.
you a seat if
Yeah.
if you do let us know you're coming.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great, cool. So find Jocelyn and Aaron online,
Yeah.
Facebook. You probably use the last name Freeman.
Yes.
That would help.
Yeah.
But you could find them online, and then they'll be able to direct you to where they're going to be. The 44th Street and 202, right?
Yeah.
Radisson. I like that hotel. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So yeah. So and what's next? What's up for the future? Come on.
Oh gosh, let's see. For the near future or the big future?
Let's talk about the big future. I know you guys got a thing coming up here pretty
Yeah.
soon. So what's your big future?
Big future. Just being free to travel the world, experience this beautiful land that God created. go on mission trips when we feel like it. Spoil our family, just experience life fully, but also keep kicking butt. Like, we're going to keep building business and make a difference and coach other people to build the businesses that they want. So that's our big picture. And then, eventually maybe a little family in there.
Yeah. Are we talking?
Look, down the road.
Down the road.
That's our big picture.
Awesome. Do you want to add to that?
Yeah. Also, a thing for me is this is all, God has a plan for it all anyway. Right. And it's finding his path. So we started a ministry called Unleashed Ministries.
Oh, that's right. I had Stacy in here.
Oh, you
Stacy
did?
Shepard. Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
He was in here. It was before we did the switch up, but he did great, man. I actually had him do a podcast for me, the reverse side. So he came. He was brilliant.
That's awesome.
He did great. And he mentioned you guys. So you're a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
You're pastoring your ministry, Unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we meet 2 Sundays a month for a Bible discovery. So it really is a conversation.
Okay.
And I do the study, and then we come together, and I give the message that God has given me, and then it's a conversation with the people there for what opens up. And we're all about. It's not about coming together. It's really about going out. Okay. So we come together 2 Sundays, but then it really is like, how do we take this out in our life? How do we, like you said earlier, how do we be on the court? Yeah. And then Jocelyn is the head of the community ministry, and so putting events together with volunteer organizations around the valley, getting ourselves out there. What can we do for other people?
That's awesome.
And being in service to other people.
Yeah.
Even in the Bible, they came to Jesus and asked him, like, basically, how do we be great? And he said, greatness lives in serving others.
Yeah. Become the least.
Yeah.
Right. And serve. Yeah. So true. Yeah.
So that's another part of what we're up to.
Yeah.
Making the most of life.
Come on. Check you out, a little power couple. I had another power couple in here recently. You might know them, Gia Venturi.
Oh, yeah.
I saw your picture. Yeah, I
and
love
Jason
them.
Warwick. Yeah, they were a blast.
I love them.
They were a blast. But you guys are a blast too.
Thank you.
Definitely. Is there anything else that you want to share with me or share with the with our audience?
For me, it's not about me. It's about the people listening. Like, whoever you are, I don't know who's listening. I don't know if you're...
Well, speak to the mic. Yeah, or speak to the camera.
You could be a man, woman. You could be, 20s, 30s. Whoever you are, whatever you're up to, just take just one small action towards what you really want in life. If whatever that is for you, I just invite you to just start one action at a time. Life is short, it's a gift, and you deserve to be fulfilled. So even if that's literally, it could be the smallest thing ever, but an object in motion is likely to stay in motion. And I just want you to know, whoever you are, that you're powerful. So for me, it's not anything more about me. I want whoever's listening to be empowered.
Mm-hmm. No, your turn, man.
That was really great. I mean, I love that. And just to the other people, we may not a solution that you've heard on the podcast might not be the thing for you, but we're out to find out and discover with you what it is for you. So even to reach out to us and say, I've been stuck in this area, I don't see how I can make it past this or through this is what I want, right? But I want X, but I'm here at Y. It's like, we're just out to help people get wherever they want to get. And we think we have some great solutions that might not be for you, but we'll find it for you.
Absolutely. So you're a stand for people really getting what they want.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. What's your email address? If people want to know, what's your email address, Aaron?
Aaron.Freeman.
Okay.
.abb@gmail.com.
Got it. Like abs?
Yeah.
ABB. That's awesome. And I'll put your email address down underneath the video when we post it to iTunes or YouTube. So that's fantastic. Thank you guys for being in studio today.
Thank you for having us.
You guys are really wonderful. You're a classy couple, and I really enjoy your energy. You guys are fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Really, we're honored, and thank you for listening. Whoever did listen, we hope it made a difference for even one person.
Absolutely, I think it will. And really, the big thing that you guys bring to the table is your concern and love for people.
Yeah.
I think that's huge, and it's obvious. Like you really care.
Yeah.
And so you guys go out and do stuff. It's not just that you care about people in other countries. Man, you're out in other countries giving back, and being a stand for them. And your business is, I'm going to say, is a way for you to be able to continue to do that.
Yep.
Right? So that's huge for me. So thank you for that. Hey, listen, we loved having you on the Edge podcast with MikeG. And this is one of my favorite things to do is I get to wrap everything up. Again, thank you for being with MikeG on the Edge. And we love you. We'll see you next time.
We love
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Decoding visionaries and subcultures. The Edge Podcast with MikeG is brought to you by the following sponsors. Thank you for your support.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
'Cause I'm the type of nigga that's built to last. If you're